I have created this automation to be able to analyze the SERP results in a really detailed way, which allows me to understand the visibility of my domain as well as for my brand terms. So that means that this analysis takes care of checking the AI overview, organic results, related questions, videos, images, and also the knowledge graph. And once the analysis is done, then everything gets merged and eventually used for creating a report, which is actually an HTML file. And the report looks like this. So we have a section with some metadata. So we can see that the search query was in this case MailerLite versus MailChimp. So a commercial keyword type. We have also set the language, engine, device, and also the host language. So all the data that we have here are parameters for the specific search. So for example, you could also use this workflow for local SEO. And here on the right side, we have the domain and brand terms. So this analysis has as a target domain MailerLite and also as a brand term MailerLite. And here we can directly see if the brand term or domain is visible in the AI overview and also the count of the brand mentions. Before I will continue with the explanation of the report, I would like to show you the data that was used for generating this one. And we can find it under the SERP link. So all the data that we have here was used as an input. So we have here the page section, which is not important at all because we want to rank organically. So if we scroll down, then we can already see the AI overview, including all the source that I used to create this answer. And if we scroll a little bit more down, then we can also see the organic results, related questions, and also videos about the search query. And since the AI overview is placed before the organic results, it's really important to start to track the visibility of your brand terms as well as for your domain for this section, because whenever we have an AI overview, we have also the sources. And let's say I am more interested in one of the pros from MailChimp, then I could just click here and then I can directly see which pages were used as a source. But analyzing the complete content here manually is quite time consuming and also not really possible if you want to do it for multiple search queries or for a lot of websites. And that is also the reason why I created this report. So here we can directly see in the AI visibility score that the brand score is quite low because the brand term MailerLite is not mentioned a lot here, only 4 counts. And the domain score is even 0 because the domain MailerLite was not used as a source for answering this question here. This is also the reason why the overall score is lower because it's a weighted score which consists out of the domain score and also brand score. And the next section we have the AI overview, so it's actually the same as you would also see in the SERP results, but we have already here all the brand terms highlighted. So here was the example MailerLite. And we have also a section for the sources, so it's actually the same as you would do the analysis on this side here. But again, we can directly see if our brand term is used in the title or in the snippet, including a link to the specific site. And this analysis is also done for the organic results. So here we can see that the target domain, which was MailerLite, is also in the top 10 results. And the brand MailerLite is used 19 times across the organic results in 9 different sources, with an average position of 4.8. So if we scroll down, then we can see again all the data, including the highlighted brand term. And we have also in this section a chapter for brand mention sources. So here we have just one because I used just MailerLite as a brand term. But if you would add more brand terms, then you would have for every brand term an own analysis. So we can also see that the brand term MailerLite is used in the title and the snippet and also with a count. So here it's used twice, which makes it easier to understand the visibility for either your brand terms or focus keywords. In the next section, which is the related questions, we can see the question, the source, so which page was used to answer this question, including also the answer, which helps you again to understand which kind of content was used. And in case there's data for videos, images, or also for a knowledge graph, then the data will be analyzed here as well. So here we can also see for the videos that 3 videos were found. So let me show another example where I have set 2 different brand terms. So here we have the search query, what is OpenAI, with the brand term or also focus keywords, OpenAI and GBT. And in this example, there was no data for the AI overview, which is also the reason why these 2 cards are empty. But if we have a look into the organic result analysis and scroll down, then we can see that every brand term gets its own analysis because usually you do have a focus keyword and also a few long tail keywords. Then you are able to analyze all of them in a single report. So here we have 17 mentions for OpenAI. And we can also directly see if it was used in the snippet or in the title. And if we scroll down, there's a second brand term, which was GBT. And here we have 2 mentions, so one in the title and one in the snippet. And if you would add here 10 different brand terms, then you would have for every brand term an own section. So then let's have a look into the workflow and how it works. Everything starts with a form because we need data for SERP API. So we have data for the country, query, location, in case you want to use this workflow for local SEO. Then our target domain and brand names are also focus keywords, host language, country language, and also in which language the pages are written. And we can also set the file name and if we want to search with exact spelling or not. So I will add some data as an example. So our example is for a German query, which is was ist Zotero? So it's a citation software. The domain is zotero.org. As brand names, I took Zotero and Literatur. Host language is German. File name will be Zotero example. And we don't want to search with exact spelling. So we just click on submit. And the first thing that happens is we will get data from SERP API with all the parameters that were set before on the form, so country, query, and so forth. And the data includes everything that we need to be able to analyze every aspect of the search query. So here we have data for the knowledge graph. There are also images. We have the related questions and also the AI overview, which is here, including the data, which source was used for answering which part of the question. It's actually the same data that you would also see if you would search for it in Google, except that we have it here in a structured way. In the next node, we will check if the AI overview is already present, because sometimes you get from SERP API not directly the AI overview. Instead, you get a link with a token, and then you need to do another request, which is also mentioned in the documentation. So here, Google sometimes requires an additional request to retrieve AI overview results. So this if-else condition takes care that we have always the AI overview in case there is one. And before we will merge the data, we will set the variables which are the domain, brand names, query, and also the file name, because we want to do the analysis based on input parameters, which will analyze the visibility. And then we have in this section here the analysis, which is first preparing the data for the specific cards. So for instance, here we have get run information, and here as an output, we have report type, report date, query information, metadata, and KPIs. So actually all the data that we can see here at the top. So here we have the search query parameters, brand name, and also domain, including the KPI section. And once the data is prepared, then another node takes care of converting this data into HTML, because the final output is an HTML file that includes already styling. And the same logic is used for all the other nodes. So here we analyze the AI overview, and we check if the domain or brand has visibility, which sources were used, if we have a domain match, if the brand is in the title snippet, and also where it was found. And then we do the same for the organic results, related questions, videos, images, knowledge graph, and so forth. And we also calculate the AI visibility score. And when this analysis part is finished, then we will merge the data. And as you can see here, every section is now pure HTML. And this data is also used for the report itself. So here we have the styling that is already configured. And at the bottom, we have in our body all the variables. And let's have a look into the report, how it looks like. So we can download it here, or it would be also possible to add another node to store it in Google Drive, send it via email or anything else. And here the result looks a little bit different. So the overall score is definitely better. Domain score is quite good, which means that for this AI overview, the domain Zotero was used. So if we scroll down, then we should see it somewhere here. So you can see that Zotero is one of the sources that were used to generate this answer. And here we can also see that for our brand term, Zotero and Literatur, they are also used a lot. And I guess we have also data for the knowledge graph and also for the video results again. But this time it's an even better score, because we found more videos with key moments that include our brand term, Literatur, or also Zotero. And here's also the analysis for the knowledge graph. In case you have any questions regarding this workflow, feel free to add it to the comments, and we will hear each other in the next video.